Absolutely no one, and I mean no one, is going to care about your life the way you need to. No one's going to give a damn about your situation the way you have to. Even your parents, your close friends, the people who love you, sure, they care to an extent. Maybe there's 2 or 3 people on earth who genuinely have deep concern for your well-being, but not one of them is going to come into your room, drag you out of bed, push you to a job, make you grind hard, hand you a dream woman, or buy you your dream car. Nobody's handing you a Ferrari. Nobody's going to do any of that on your behalf. If you want something, anything in life, you're going to have to go out and get it. No one's going to hand it to you. No one cares enough to fix your problems for you. That's just the reality of it. Always known, the solution to anything is action. Just raw, relentless action. My father used to say it too. Raw action fixes everything. I'll give you an example. Imagine you're a farmer and you need rain for your crops, but there's a drought. You could sit there and moan, saying, well, that's it, we're doomed. Or you could get up and start doing a rain dance. Will the dance bring rain? Or maybe not. But at least you're doing something. You're not sitting there waiting to die. Movement matters. When I had no money, I never sat around whining about it. I didn't mope like, oh, I'm broke, life's unfair. No, my thought was, I need to do something, anything. I'd go for a run. That's why I was such a beast in the ring. When I had no cash, I wouldn't sit still. I'd say, all right, I'm broke. How do I fix it? How do I bring in money? Don't know? Fine, I'll still go for a run. I'd run 3 miles. That's the energy you need. Relentless, driven energy. You've got just a handful of years while you're conscious, healthy, and especially young. Time is not your friend. You get older, you slow down, your opportunities shrink. Being rich at 60 is not the same as being rich at 28. I became a millionaire at 28, and that mattered. Youth is power. You've only got a few vibrant years to push hard. I meet guys who say they're happy with their lives. Why? What makes you content? There are people out there with everything, more than you can imagine, and you're telling me you're content with average? I never wanted a regular life. I never wanted a basic car, a standard apartment, a nice girlfriend. I wanted excellence. I didn't understand why some guys had the best and I didn't. Why should they and not me? I felt that deep in my bones. It pushed me. Guys come up to me all the time with the same question. How do I get girls? And I tell them straight. You're a loser. That's why you don't. And they always say, I know, but what can I do? You want the truth? The truth is you're trying to race Ferraris with a rusty bicycle. There's only so much advice I can give you. Only so many tips will work. You can't charm your way out of being a loser. You can't stay at the bottom and expect women to chase you. The game isn't easy. And it's getting harder every day, especially for men. If you're not leveling up, you're falling behind. You're entering races where people have supercars and you're on foot. You've got to build yourself up. You have to evolve. No shortcuts, no sugarcoating. You either become someone impressive or you get left behind. And here's the thing I say in every single podcast. If they ever throw me in jail on some fabricated nonsense, it's the Matrix trying to shut me up. The direction I'm heading in, the influence I have, they're scared of that. They can't control it. And that's what this system is all about, control. Understand this clearly. The system does not exist for your benefit. The rules they make, they're not for your good. They're for the good of the ones writing them. And the path they expect you to follow, school, debt, wage slavery, that path leads straight to depression and despair. There's no real evidence against me. Everybody knows I'm innocent. This is a complete injustice. At this point, there aren't even charges. They're just trying to paint a false image. And they know if I walk free, if I speak out, the world's going to listen like never before. That first live stream, it'll shatter records. Countries might ban it. It'll terrify the establishment because when you try to silence someone without evidence, people start asking why. And I will tell that story. I hope this fires you up. You're broke, you're barely making rent, and somewhere out there people are swimming in wealth so immense it's impossible to grasp. And you tell yourself, well, maybe they're miserable. They're not. A lot of them are living amazing lives, better than anything you've imagined. So make money, make more money, because the world is drowning in money and you're letting it pass you by. Sometimes I look at a stunning woman and think, yeah, I could date her. She's amazing. Maybe we'd fall in love. But then I remember, I'd rather work. I want to conquer the planet. Romance can wait. I want to dominate. You need to understand how money gets pulled out of your pockets. Once you can see that, then you'll start to understand how you can reverse the process and bring money in. Being a man only becomes worthwhile when you become remarkable. Sitting around saying, I've got no money, money's far away, helps no one. Instead, think, how do I get closer to where the money is? That's what I asked myself at 17. Money for us is just a tool, a means to shape the world. But most people don't get that. They think they want to be rich, but what they really want is power. That's what fills your soul. Not the ability to buy things, but the ability to say, there are only 60 of these on earth, and I have one. You don't. That's real satisfaction. That's influence. To gain that kind of power, you've got to be willing to spend and invest. Most people don't get rich by saving pennies. If you're saving less than 10K a month, you're not saving your way to wealth. You need to do more, learn, buy knowledge, get mentorship, start something new. Saving your paycheck isn't going to make you a millionaire. Even if you saved every dollar, you'd still stay broke. The moment I understood how they print money, I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. For 3 days, I walked around saying, wait, this stuff isn't real. And it isn't. They print it. It's not tied to anything. It's all fiction. But even though money isn't real in a governmental sense, it is real in another way. It's stored, time and energy. That's what it is. When you hold money, you're holding pieces of other people's time and effort. You can exchange it for their labor. Take slavery in America. They used to give people food and shelter in return for work. Now you get money, but the money only buys you food and shelter. So you're still working to survive. They just added a step in the middle. That's modern slavery. They can print infinite money, but you need it to live. So who's in control, you or them? So what do I do with my money? I invest in people. Because once you reach a certain level of wealth, you realize it was never about the cash. It was always about the people. You want a loyal woman who loves you like crazy. You want brothers who push you to go harder. You want staff, protection, allies, people. And if you look even deeper, the elites, the dynasties, what do they want? They want programmable people, obedient people. Slaves. Think about it. You're running a podcast, right? Would you let one of your employees walk in and say, this is crap, you suck at this? No, you'd fire them or teach them a lesson first. Now imagine you run a nation or the world. This is what I tell people. For the next 2 weeks, every time you spend money, write down why. Literally ask, how did they convince me to hand over this money? You bought a coffee. Why? Did you want it before you saw the cafe, or did seeing it make you want one? Did you buy a cake too? Why not a sandwich? Maybe the sandwiches weren't appealing. Maybe the staff wasn't attractive. What if a cute barista had suggested the sandwich? Would you have bought it? You start to see how your money gets taken. And once you do that, you can start thinking, how do I take money from others? It's crazy to me when people say they lack motivation. I get people in my inbox saying to me and say, I want to get rich, but I don't feel motivated. I want to push myself more. How can you lack the drive to get wealthy when someone like me with a massive head start is still grinding 18-hour days every single day, 7 days a week without any breaks? I'm going to demolish you. You don't even have a shot. I'll outrun you, and you'll just sit there losing endlessly because you can't dig deep enough to climb out of the dirt and stay a roach until you find yourself stuck in your government-assigned city zone, getting jabbed for the 17th time like a fool, like a mindless consumer. All I do is grind. Nothing is entertaining to me. I don't seek amusement. I don't even get sports. I don't grasp the idea of fun. The only sport I ever enjoyed was smashing people's faces in. Is that fun? Maybe. Every morning I wake up thinking, how do I push my life forward today? No one else wakes up thinking, how can I make Andrew Tate's life better? So if you're not the one getting up each day focused on improving your own reality, then nobody is. Nobody out there is trying to enhance your one brief shot on this earth. No one gives a damn. So if you don't care either, you're finished. So wake up and start caring. And it blows my mind. You ask how I found my mentors? I just tested a bunch of them. Back when I had zero money, I went all in. I listened to different voices, absorbed what I could, tried everything, and I never feared investing in myself. I understood if someone's taking their time to help me, I should respect it and pay for it. I gave it my all, I paid attention, I worked my ass off, and I never allowed laziness to creep in. I don't believe anyone alive who pays attention, genuinely tries, refuses to be lazy, shows up on time, hustles relentlessly, finds mentors, and gives it everything they've got, fails to get rich. I don't buy it. If you're broke, you're missing at least one of those key ingredients. Sure, you might fake it for others, or even fool yourself. But if you look yourself in the mirror and ask honestly, am I really finding the people who can guide me? Am I giving my absolute best? The answer is usually hell no. Even being around wealthy individuals is better than nothing. Here's a real story. I was in Romania. I probably owned the biggest supercar collection in the country. 28 exotic machines, you name it, I've got it. I drove my Chiron to a town called Cluj-Napoca near the Hungarian border. Parked the car, and this kid walked up and asked, "Can I snap some pics of your ride? I run a car spotting page." I said, "Sure, go ahead." He took photos for a while, then came back and offered to email them to me. I replied, "Nah, I already have plenty of photos." Then I asked him, "Why are you doing this? Isn't spending your time chasing other people's cars kind of a waste?" I thought it was pointless until he said, "I dropped out of school and college because I knew if I captured high-end cars and contacted the owners, I'd be collecting the emails of the richest people in Romania. Smart." I told him, "You're clever." That same day, I hired him. He works for me now, full-time. That's how he got himself a career. He understood, get closer to the cash. I've got no money. Money's over there. So why the hell would I stay on my own? Get close to it. That kid was 17. Now he's earning 10 grand a month working for me in Romania. So yeah, even if you're dead broke, go attend those meetups. Real estate, investment, whatever. Especially if it's cheap or free. Go, connect with people who've already made it. Talk about money, be in the room. How can you expect to gain what you never speak about? People today confuse having a dream with having an actual plan. Nothing worthwhile in life happens randomly. If you meet a guy in peak physical condition and you ask how he got shredded, he won't say, "Oh, I just stumbled into it." No, he ate specific food, trained at precise times, followed exact routines, and aimed for a defined result. It's the same with wealth. Ask most broke people if they want to be rich. Of course they say yes. Ask them how they're going to get rich. Suddenly they go blank. Maybe I'll hit the lottery one day. Idiots. They've got no blueprint, no daily steps, nothing. They're just hoping the universe will dump fortune at their feet. Guess what? It won't. Unless you have a step-by-step strategy, you're just fantasizing. You guys probably had a detailed plan, then executed it, right? Me too. Everything was broken down. Today we handle X, tomorrow Y. Day after day, building forward. But most people lack that. They're either too lazy or too cocky to admit they need a real plan. It's not that people are dumb, it's that they're arrogant and lazy. Lay out a plan, commit fully, and be willing to learn. Almost anyone can make money. That's the truth. People are obsessed with happiness, especially men, and I think chasing happiness can be incredibly damaging. When men say they just want to feel happy, often what they're really seeking is short-term pleasure. Booze, drugs, cheap thrills, things that feel good briefly but have zero long-term value. As a man, don't chase happiness, chase pride. Strive to feel proud of yourself. That means doing hard things, making solid choices, and earning the respect of those around you. The happiest men I know are the ones who endured suffering and came out stronger. They pushed through fear, built something real, and earned a sense of pride. That's lasting. I consider myself the luckiest man alive because God gave me endless tools to shape myself into a superhero. Limitless fuel, constant drive. I can summon power at will. I can remember events that keep me awake for 72 hours straight. That's a power most men don't have. When they're tired, they crash. Me, I can override fatigue with a memory. Just close my eyes and the energy comes back. When people tell me they're hurting or struggling, I say, good, be grateful. That pain is a gift from above. You're just wasting it. That fire inside you, it's your rocket fuel. You just don't know how to ignite it properly. You've been handed the keys to a turbocharged engine and you're letting it rust. I never worry about spending too much. If I think I'm spending excessively, I just make more, period. A lot of folks go on about working smart, not hard. Sure, it's valid, but only after you've filled every waking hour with hard work. Being efficient with your grind is smart, but you still have to grind. You don't get to work 1 hour a day and call it smart. You're just lazy. Try working 15 intelligent hours a day. That's how you dominate. I spoke to a 22-year-old recently. Made $4 million, 0 cents in a crypto bull run. Now most of it's gone, and he's got about $1,500,000, 0 cents left. He said he's waiting for the next pump. I told him he's ruined permanently. He made easy money too young, and now he thinks he never has to hustle. But crypto didn't teach him anything. No sales, no negotiation, no stress tolerance. He has no skills. He's just gambling. He's in deep trouble. And I told him straight, yes, money is easier to make now than ever before. We're living in a global economy. You can reach anyone. All you need is a message that grabs attention and the courage to deliver it. The abundance mindset is absolutely real. I remember being broke. When you're broke, you assume everyone else is too. But once you get rich, you realize, damn, everyone has money. Every supercar I want is sold out. Every diamond watch is out of stock. Private jets are booked. Yachts are taken. There's money flying everywhere. I was in Dubai recently. My houses are still under construction, so I rented a place on the Palm. $25,000, 0 cents a day. The landlord tells me someone offered $35,000, 0 cents. I counter with $40,000, 0 cents per day. Long term. I walked away. I said, let him have it. But I was stunned. Who am I even competing with? The wealth out there is unimaginable. I've been to Monaco, sat at a table after a car rally, looked around, everyone wearing watches worth 6 figures. Back when I was broke, someone having $30, 0 cents, K in the bank seemed rich. Now, I'm surrounded by guys casually wearing $100, 0 cents, K timepieces, and nobody even blinks. There are levels to this game, and when you reach the upper echelons, you realize money is everywhere. Abundance is real. So if you're not where you want to be financially, I hope this fires you up. I'm saying it to bother you. While you're stressing over bills, someone else is out there buying whatever they want, whenever they want. And don't fall for the lie that they're all miserable. Plenty of them are having an incredible time. So make more, make way more. There's cash floating all around you. You just have to wake up and go take it.